my mum took me to see the Spice Girls and my dad took my brothers to like see Oasis or the Verve or something like that. I think that kind of set me up the trajectory of my life. Lula by Bright Eyes. It's kind of one of the tunes I heard that made me want to like be a songwriter, and it's about a relationship that's kind of like descending into madness, like through drug addiction and stuff like that, and it's pretty intense. And I love a wee intense tune now and again. But I feel like I've been trying to write a song like that for like 10 years. But it's amazing, stunning. Probably like Montel Jordan, Get It On Tonight. Literally, I think it's about shagging. So, that's always works. Probably Will Fallis, Don't Delete the Kisses. I feel like that's everybody's tune, but that's a very like so much history between me and one person with that song. Such a beautiful song as well. It's by a singer called Annie DeFranco, and it's called Independence Day, and it's like the lyrics are mind blowing. Like it's just about somebody leaving you, and you're basically just so like destroyed by it. Music very rarely kind of moves me in that way, but I think the first time I heard that I was like, oof, pretty intense. But if I broke up with somebody, I'd probably whack Big Annie on. Donna Hathaway, Giving Up. I feel like the first time I ever heard Donnie's voice, I was like 14, and I can remember the day I heard it, and it was that tune, and it's just like the orchestration behind the song is just absolutely mind blowing, and he's got one of their voices. It just he sings for his toes, and you just believe every word that he's saying. And very rarely do you kind of come across somebody that's like that. And Donny Hathaway, man, any tune could make me cry. If he was singing it, he could sing like the phone book, and I would be in tears. Probably Outcast, Prototype. I feel like it's one of the most like beautiful kind of songs about falling in love with somebody, and it's kind of funky as well at the same time. I wouldn't want it to be too like sappy. It's kind of like describing somebody as the benchmark for everybody thereafter. If it doesn't work out, then they are the prototype for being in love, which is I think such a nice like analogy. Mariah Carey, We Belong Together. I feel like it's a slow jam. The lyrics are quite hilarious sometimes as well, and Mariah writes all her songs as well, which I think's amazing. Like she's like one of the best songwriters ever, and I feel like I could really go to town if I had to lip sync. Me and my mates do it all the time, man. It's like belted our song. Frank Ocean, man, my boy. Frank Ocean, Channel Orange was like one of the first times I'd ever heard like a guy in hip hop world singing about being gay as well, which I think was like mind blowing to me, because it was kind of like predominantly a homophobic straight guy space to be in, and this guy singing about being in love with a boy, like not even in a sexual way, just being in love, which I thought was pretty groundbreaking, and I think he's kind of set the tone for a lot of other people to follow on his path. So Channel Orange, I feel like that's changed a lot of lives musically and just like culturally as well. So I love Frank Ocean, man. I would marry that man immediately. A song for my funeral would be Karen Dalton, Something on Your Mind, just because I feel like everybody should hear this song at least once in their life. Just her voice, it's like I've never heard a voice like it. It sounds like she's breaking down all the time, like with every note. And I would like people to be really crying at my funeral, man. I mean, it's been a hard life, so people better be crying. I feel like Miss Karen could do that for me. Probably Robin, man. I feel like people would be surprised to hear that, because I never speak about Robin, but I feel like it kind of reminds me of my mates, and I've been a bit homesick the past couple of months, so I've just been listening to Robin, Honey on repeat. She's also one of the best singer-songwriters like the world's ever produced, I think. She's like the queen of the melody, and her lyrics are she just thinks of things that are so simple and but so hard-hitting. It's probably Robin. So Salt, Wildfires is the first one in a daily mix. I heard about Salt like last year. just an amazing kind of band. They're quite secretive, and I think it's like a guy and a woman. And the next one's Cleo Sol, Young Love. She's actually the singer in Salt. I'm kind of obsessed like with this whole. I think they're like a family and they make songs together. It's amazing. Her voice is incredible. The next one is Adele, Miss Adele. Where's she been? Adele, He Won't Go. That's quite a cool song. It's about a guy who's like addicted to heroin and about how you kind of won't abandon somebody, you won't leave them, because you love them, which is good. Arlo Parks, Miss Arlo, the Queen of the World at the moment. Green Eyes. Amazing song by like Arlo's lyrics are amazing, her voice is amazing. That song's kind of about like a gay relationship and the other person has been kind of like chastised by our parents and stuff like that, which I think's very relatable. We love Arlo. Bakar, Having a Good Time Sometimes. I've not actually heard this tune, but I like Bakar. It's a good guy. Pretty stellar daily mix with Spotify. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me, but I feel like it surprised me that it stayed with me this long that I still love the Spice Girls. Like, I absolutely love the Spice Girls. I think their tunes are absolutely amazing. It was the first kind of band I was obsessed with. I think I was like 4 or 3 when they were at their height. My mum took me to see the Spice Girls and my dad took my brothers to like see Oasis or the Verve or something like that. I think that kind of set me up the trajectory of my life. But I love the Spice Girls. Are pure like the first kind of like massive kind of obsessive band. Then it was the Gorillaz after that, so kind of leveled it out. But Spice Girls, class, get on it. Let's Stay Together by Al Green is like, if nobody knows what to put on in my family, they'll always put on Al Green, and I think that's kind of like such a beautiful song. I feel like my mum's been to see Al Green and stuff like that. She's kissed him on the lips at a show, which obviously couldn't happen these days. I think he's like 90 as well now. He's kind of old, but Al Green's like the big dog in our family. He's the main guy. Carole King. I mean, diva. I don't know if I'd call her. She is a diva. Like she's a songwriter. She's a strong kind of confident force in the music industry. She's wrote some of the best songs of the last 50 years. She wrote Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow. She wrote Natural Woman for Aretha Franklin as well, and her album Tapestry is like my favourite album of all time. It's got the best songs ever about a breakup in it. Like they're so to the point, they're so human, and her voice is kind of like imperfect as well. Like not all the songs are like pitch perfect, but it feels like you can. I believe every word she said, which is it kind of taught me about the beauty and imperfections in songs and stuff like that. Especially like make my own tunes. Sometimes the best take isn't really the most like on the money. It's kind of like the take that's the most believable. So Carole King, she's the number one diva. She writes tunes for all the divas as well, so she's an icon. I mean, she's big and stuff like that, but I just feel like not enough people know about her. Her name's Lady Ray. Ray is spelled W-R-A-Y. The songs they just sound amazing. Like they sound like they're from like the 50s or the 60s, and her voice is just it's just stunning, man. Like I think the production's amazing, but her voice is just it's for another time. Like she's just timeless. What a timeless voice. I feel like she should be the biggest artist in the world. Don't feel like people don't make music like that anymore. Don't really have a proper coming out story. I just kind of like told my mum I was with somebody and that was it. But during that period of time, I was listening to a lot of Frank Ocean and probably thinking about you. In particular, kind of like just sums up the kind of uncertainty that I was feeling at the time about a lot of things in my life and not really knowing what I wanted to do in my life. But I had met somebody and the world was ending, but it was class. I was 20, like nothing bad could have happened. But I just didn't know what the future held, and I think that song kind of captured, well, for me personally, that's what I just attached to that song. I didn't know what was going on, but Frank Ocean was with me all the way. The one podcast that I listen to like is properly is Song Exploder. It's good if you love music and I'm obsessed with tunes. I'm obsessed with knowing how people make songs, and this song kind of gets an artist in, and it's like massive artists like Billie Eilish and stuff like that, but also kind of lesser known people, which is interesting as well. And they kind of delve into the story and the life of a song for its conception, and I think that's so interesting because no every song starts out how you think it starts. It starts like a seed, and then it becomes this massive forest of music, which I think is cool. But they just have so many interesting songs and artists that I love on it, and everybody should listen to it. It's only like half an hour as well, which is good if you got the attention span of a budgie like me. No in a massive monumental way, but the podcast that has definitely changed my life is the relaxing rain sounds for sleep, like for deep sleep. It's just like something you whack on, and it's like 2 hours long. You don't need to. You can set timers and that on Spotify as well. So if you want to go to sleep, you can set like an hour timer and just listen to this and then fall asleep. It's good if you've got a erratic brain like me that can't stop thinking about stuff. Just listening to some rain and going to a different dimension. What's happening? My name's Joesef. Hope you liked listening to my song choices. Don't forget to like, comment and share with all your friends.